It's a big day for golf around our area. The First Tee of South Central Wisconsin breaking ground on their new home on Friday on Royal Avenue in Madison. The new space will be just over 6,000 square feet of space that they say will continue to build game changers by empowering kids and teens to be the best versions of themselves.
It's important to have programs like First Tee in the community because of what we do for these kids, right? We want everyone to have the same opportunity that I have, that you have, that everyone has. And making sure that the game of golf is accessible for them. It is a game that they can play just like everyone else. It can be frustrating, it can be fun, but most importantly, it's the core values that and the healthy habits that we pass down through the game.